I'm going to give some strengthening options today for you guys. I'll give you guys a few moments to get yourselves set up with everything. You might like to grab onto a blanket or some pillows, maybe a couple blocks for today's practice. All right, you guys, I give you a moment to get set up. Maybe have a glass of water or wine, some refreshment next to you, and we'll get going in just a minute. Alright, you guys, hopefully you're all set up. If you just joined on a moment ago, feel free to grab onto a blanket, maybe a couple pillows, or if you have accessible yoga block, you might like to enjoy that. Just to start today, I'm going to set a blanket at the top of my mat, and we'll get started in what's called a corpse pose, also known as Shavasana. So just start by making your way to a really nice, comfy, reclining position. And adjust your little blanket pillow so that it just lines up with the base of your skull. Maybe give a little gentle tug to release the skin, the muscles along the back side of the neck. And as you relax down, your eyes are going to softly seal together, and you're going to take a few cleansing breaths to get our practice started today. And so it's Sunday afternoon. I hope you guys got to do some nice relaxing things over the weekend. And we'll continue to fill your cup up here with a little bit of yoga to cap off this lovely weekend. And after your first few rounds of breath, take a moment and start to relax your body. So we've already felt a certain amount of relaxation just by simply the act of laying back, not standing, not holding ourselves up in any way. And now we're just going to turn our attention a little deeper inward towards our breath. Start to notice what's going on underneath the skin. If you notice any racing thoughts, that's totally fine, and it can be completely normal. It happens all the time. The mind is meant to move forward and back. But for now, we're going to help our mind relax by placing our attention to our breath. And as you move through today's practice, every time you notice that your breath, or your mind rather, wanders to somewhere else in your day, in your week, just gently return its attention back towards the breath. And as you observe your breath in your body, as you inhale, feel the invigoration of that life-giving breath. And as you exhale, feel the ease, a little bit more relaxation washing over you. If you start to notice any places in your body that's still holding on to any tension, any sort of dis-ease, see if you can start to let that go these next few breaths. Feel the forehead soft and relaxed. Maybe re-relaxing the eyelids, the eyeballs, sinking heavy into the skull. Relax your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Let that sense of ease and relaxation move down through the sides of the neck, the shoulders, and the arms. Take another inhale, a gentle stretch through the front of the torso. Exhale, relax down heavy through the back side of your body. Feel your legs become a little bit more relaxed, gently falling outward. Take 2 more breaths here. And you can keep your eyes closed. Start to slowly draw your toes up towards the ceiling, and as you do this, flex your arms up overhead. Take a deep inhale, maybe even start to point through your toes, stretch through the front side of your body, and then exhale, gently release your arms alongside you, and do this same stretch for 2 breaths. Inhale to raise the arms overhead. Point and flex through the feet. Exhale, release. One more inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms by the side. And you're going to have to peek your eyes open perhaps for just a moment. We're going to move into a pose called banana pose. So shift your right leg just off the right edge of your mat, and then take your left leg so that your feet cross at the ankles. Now we're going to shift our shoulders and our right arm up over to the right, and then place your left wrist in the palm of the right hand and gently kick through your heels, deep stretch through the left side of your body. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And try to keep an even inhale, even exhale, so that you're balancing your breath, calming your body with your breath. Take 1 more full round of breath. And if you like, always welcome to take your Ujjayi Pranayama, lips seal, inhales, exhales through the nose, creating an audible breath. Inhale, take yourself back through center, and then take your left leg up over to the left, just off the left edge of your mat. Cross your right ankle over your left, shift the shoulders, upper body to the left, and then grab hold of the right wrist. Take an inhale as you gently stretch and lengthen through the right side of your body and through the left side of your body. Exhale, we're here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Nice, 1 more breath. And then let that go, come back to center. Slowly hug your knees into your chest. Grab onto each shin with one hand. Hug your knees towards your armpits as you root down through the back of the hips, through the back of the shoulders. and then start to slowly rock from side to side, hugging the right leg in and then the left leg in to build this gentle rocking motion, releasing through your low back. We're gonna move into wind removing pose next. Keep your right leg hugging in and then let your left leg come down long. Flex all 10 toes back. Interlace your fingers firmly and then press the pads of your fingertips to the back of your hands. Get a nice massage to those nerve endings through your hands. And again, we're here for 5 breaths. So flex your toes back, inhale, give a kick through the left heel. Feel the crown of the head extending upward. And as you exhale, root through the back side of your body. Deep inhales, expanding your belly, pressing belly up to the right thigh. Nice full exhale again, 3 more breaths. Notice the face. If any tension has crept back in, just relax those muscles. One more inhale. One more exhale. Start to release your grip from under the right thigh. Hamstring stretch. Send the right heel up. Flex your right toes back and then hug the front of your right thigh towards your chest. You don't want this to be a huge stretch. Again, this is our first stretch through the back of the right leg. So look for that place where you very first start to feel a stretch, and then take any other movements that feel good. You can roll out the right ankle, moving clockwise, moving counterclockwise. Maybe it feels good to add a bend and then re-straighten the leg. Take one more breath here. Go ahead, re-bend into your right leg. Take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and then hug the left leg across the right side of the body. So you can, again, relax here more, or if you want to stay more active in your flow today, keep kicking through your left heel. Send length all the way up to the crown of the head. This is going to give more space between each vertebra of the spine, and with every exhale, you're going to find yourself stretching and twisting a little bit deeper. It's a really good way to rehydrate the spine. And chin is dropped over the right shoulder if you haven't done so already. Face soft, breath full. One more round here. And slowly release. Come back to center. Keep your right leg hugging in for just one more moment. Now take your left leg in to join. Exhale, take the left leg down. If you can remember, alternate your fingers in the opposite direction. We're finding balance from one side of the body to the other, left to right, front to back. Flex all 10 toes back. Take a deep inhale, and again, you can make this more relaxing, a little bit less effortful, or give a kick through the right heel, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, belly to spine. Deep inhale, send your belly up to the front of the left thigh. Exhale, root through the back of your right leg, your hips, your shoulders. And if you notice the face holding tension, let it go again. Back to the breath. Inhale. And to exhale. Full expansive inhale. Feel your belly, ribs, chest lifting. And then exhale, let the breath fall, belly to spine. Take one more full round of breath. Release your grip from the front of the left thigh. Interlace fingers now behind the back of the left leg. As we get started, give a kick through your heel, flex your toes back, relax your shoulders down if you find them shrugging upward at all, and then start to point and flex through your left foot, maybe rolling out through the left ankle. Just doing whatever feels good in your body. We don't need to go for the deepest stretch through the back of the left leg yet. Just that very beginning place. And being patient, being kind to our bodies. Take a few more breaths here. Maybe add a bend back to your left leg and then re-straightening. And everybody go ahead. Bend into your left leg, right hand to the outside of the left thigh. hug your left leg across the right side of your body. Your left arm extends out like a half T. Drop your chin to your left shoulder and breathe here. Maybe just relaxing down. See how heavy, how easy you can allow your body and your breath to become. Or again, continue to add length by pressing the right heel down, extending through the crown of the head. Exhale, a little more active in your twist. All right, guys. Hope you're still with me here. Give me a little wave if you can. Send me a heart. And slowly release and come back to center. We're going to hug the right knee back in and then send your heels up to the ceiling, legs up the wall pose. Flex your toes back towards your face. Feel your belly hugging into your spine. Hi, guys. Take a deep inhale. Again, flex toes back. Send the heels up high. Start to feel the belly engaging. It's almost like the front of your thighs are going to fly up and over to the chest, but keep extending them up to the ceiling. Now I want you to add an inhale, lift your arms overhead, and as you exhale, you're going to take your arms up and forward. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat, drop your left leg down. If it feels good, point your toes, or you can keep your toes flexed back. Again, just preference, we're going to bicycle it out. So we keep hugging our belly into our spine, and then you can also shift your arms from side to side if that feels good, adding in a little twist, getting into the obliques a little bit more. You can go slower. You can go faster. Do what feels good. Maybe you notice a nice little hamstring stretch and you can hug your thigh closer to your chest. Keep sending your chest forward and up. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I know this is hard. Give yourself a little smile here. You're doing really good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let that go for a moment. Hug your knees into your chest. And then release your feet down flat. And release the hip flexors for a moment. Press your feet hips width distance apart. Toes pointing forward. Press your heels into the mat, shoulders into the mat. Inhale, send your hips up. And then exhale, relax them back down, keeping length through your low back as you set your pelvis down. Inhale, press the heels, shoulders down, eyes up. Exhale, hips down. If it feels good, you can take a little wider stance here. Again, do what feels right for your body, but keep squeezing the inner thighs together so that the knees aren't drawing themselves away from each other. Exhale, take the pelvis down. Inhale, one more lift. If you want, take a moment here, walk your elbows in, take a bend of the elbows, and then rest the pelvis, the very top of your pelvis on the heels of your hands, and just enjoy a nice deep opening through the front side, the chest, the abdomen, hips, and hip flexors. Close your eyes. Slow the breath back down. Now go ahead and wiggle out your hands one at a time. Set your hips back down. We're going to take our arms to a T, palms down. Squeeze the inner thighs together and then suck those legs up. Your knees stack over your hips. You can flex your toes back. So we're going to move into a posture. It's a revolving twist, and we're going to use our core strength to take us from side to side. It's called Jatara Parivartanasana. Oh, kind of an earful. I think I got that one right. All right, so go ahead and start by taking your knees over to the right side. Don't let your right thigh touch down. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. If you want, take your chin to the left. Inhale, come back through center, and then exhale, take the legs, same 90 degrees at the back of the knees. Squeeze your inner thighs. Don't just drop the left side body down. Press your left palm gently down, squeeze belly to spine, hug yourself back through center. Again, welcome to drop your chin away from whatever direction your knees go to. If you want more, your legs simply straighten. Keep hugging your belly to your spine. And we're gonna take it here from side to side. So we've got 5 more. Try not to let the heels drop to the glutes, just watching out for that sensation. Since you probably can't see yourself in the mirror, it's okay. Belly to spine. We've got 4. And 3. Go right, squeeze it up. Last 2 here. Stay with me, guys. Gently squeeze yourself back through center. Should feel kind of good. Even though you're getting strengthening, you're also getting the stretch. Once more to the right. And center. And to the left. And center. Nice. Hug your knees into your chest and slowly roll over to the right side of your body. Press yourself up to seated position. So now I want you guys to be able to see me from the side here. Let me know if you can't see. I'll have to get a little closer to check your comments. I'm going to set my left foot down, and then I'm going to place the top of my right foot in the arch of my left foot. We're going to start to stretch our feet a little bit here, and then I'm just going to set my hips down so I seal that stretch in. Interlace all 10 fingers, press your palms forward, and then slide your palms up as you lift. Your ribs might want to follow and help you out. We're going to tuck them back in, and then inhale, we're going to press our palms up. Exhale, palms down to the back of the head. We got vacation arms, as my friend Ashley calls it. Inhale, send your heart up. Exhale, squeeze the elbows together and stretch through the upper back. So we're going to do that for a set of 3. So there we've got 1. Inhale to lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, squeeze the elbows together behind you. Open the chest. Exhale, elbows together. Last one here. Inhale, lift. Press up. Feel the sides of the ribs stretch. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, we open our chest. And then exhale, squeeze the elbows together. Stretch the upper back. And all that for the arms is really distract away from the stretch of the feet, which can be pretty intense depending on how much your feet get stretched, how much you're in shoes, how much you're barefoot. And then so now we're going to switch sides. We're going to take our left foot and place it onto the arch of the right foot. Place your hips down to your heels. Interlace grip. Maybe you can remember, do the opposite side, arms forward, then go ahead, press them up as you inhale. Exhale, hands to the back of the head. Inhale, we open. Exhale, stretch between the shoulder blades through the back side of the neck. Inhale, center. We've got 2 more. Up. And take the hands down as you exhale. Inhale, draw your chest up, shoulder blades together, chest open. Exhale, forward. And last one here. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, down. Inhale, opens the chest, send your heart up. Exhale, close it. And then inhale, come back through center, release. Take your fingertips down, release both feet, point and flex your feet forward and back. Again, draw some more circles through your ankles. And now, definitely saving the best for last, or, well, we'll see how you feel about it. Go ahead and feel free to reply after this what you think. This is a toe crunch in yoga. Again, meant to bring a little bit more health and restore integrity to the soles of our feet. These beautiful little body parts, they don't get a lot of praise. So we're going to stretch our toes forward, flex them forward. We want to spread each toe as wide as you can apart. So try to get an even placement of your ball mound underneath you, your hips to your heels, and then just relax the back of your hands to the front of your thighs if you can. If that just feels unbearable to you guys, my friends, you can also bring your fingertips a little further forward, less weight in the hips, less weight on the feet. So that's a little easier option. From here, we're gonna exhale and drop our right ear to our right shoulder. Keep that left shoulder, right shoulder relaxed down. Take an inhale, exhale, take chin to chest. Take another inhale. And then exhale, slide left ear to the left shoulder, relax through the shoulders. And then we're just gonna exhale, slide the chin back to the chest. And then exhale, slide the right ear back to the right shoulder. And go ahead and lift your head back up through center. Take your fingertips down in front of you, release your feet, and then pat the tops of your feet down and let that stretch go. And then from here, you can keep the tops of your feet down if it feels good. You can also keep your toes tucked. We're coming into our tabletop position. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow here, so get the whole spine stretching. Exhale, chin to chest, squeeze your belly to your spine. And then again, inhale, draw yourself into your cow pose. Press through the palms, the knees, send your heart forward, chin forward and up. Exhale, arching through the back side of your body. Always feel free to take any other movements. You can radiate your movements through the sides of your body in circular motions. Do what feels good for you. We've got 3 more full rounds of breath here. Take one more inhale. And one more exhale. On your next inhale, come forward. Take the back of your right hand and press it down. Your wrist line's under your shoulder. And then notice if there's one part of your hand that's not resting on the mat. Try to root firmly through that part of your hand. So maybe it's the back of the thumb. Root it down and then roll your weight across the back of the entire hand to the opposite side. Perhaps it's the pinky side edge of your hand that roots down a little bit easier. And then start to rock your shoulders forward. As you exhale, draw the shoulders back. Maybe you feel a little deeper stretch. Take a full round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, let that stretch go. Take the shoulder back forward. Take an inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna re-enter that stretch. Draw the shoulders back. Keep rooting evenly. Gently but firmly through the back of your right hand. And then inhale, go ahead, take that stretch forward, release your right hand down and switch sides. Take the back of the left hand down. Again, if you notice one part of your hand is lifting, root down through that side of the palm and then gently roll your weight, even distribution across the back of the left palm. And we're gonna slowly draw the shoulders forward and back. Let's start to slide the shoulders back here. Keep rooted through the back of the left hand. And maybe you're noticing more space through the back of this hand, maybe less. Inhale, take the shoulders forward, releasing that stretch. And then exhale, we come back to it. One more forward rock, and maybe taking it back. For a moment, set your hips back to your heels, take your hands together and just draw some figure eights and let that stretch go. You can open and close your hands. And again, we're just taking a little bit of time to give a little bit extra attention to some of those body parts that work really, really hard for us. And they just don't, for some reason, get as much attention as some of the other body parts. So we're giving back that love today, right? Take your hands back down, externally rotate. Try to bring your center fingers pointing towards the front of the thighs. And we're gonna do just like we did before. We're gonna exhale, we're gonna lean our hips, our shoulders back. Take a full round of breath. Try to stay rooted evenly through the palms. Inhale, forward. Give the wrists, inner forearms a rest. Exhale, take it back. Take a full round of breath. Inhale, forward. One more time. Exhale, take it back. All right, you guys, go ahead. Release your fingertips forward. So from here, walk your knees just a little further back. Drop your right hip down to the mat. You want your wrist in line with your right hip and your right shoulder. Your left fingertips come forward. They're like a kickstand. So it kind of look like we're in a mermaid pose. We're gonna build on that. Press through your heels. Seal the inner edge of your legs together. So From here, I like to walk my right wrist a little further forward. And then a lot of times you hear me talk about pressing your right shoulder down to press it away from your ear. This time we're gonna sink into it and really start to open up through the right side body. So it's kind of like a side cobra pose in a way. Definitely has some of those qualities. Our legs are our anchor. And you can take any other stretches that feel good to open up through the sides of the neck. And give yourself a second here to get over the initial shock of the stretch, because undoubtedly, I know the first time I did this pose, it was a pretty big stretch and it got my attention really quickly. So just soften into the pose. Give yourself a breath or two. Bring your awareness, your attention back to the breath. And just keep leaning into the right hand. Maybe close your eyes or let your eyes drop down just a few inches in front of you. One more breath, guys. You're doing so good. So for all of you that are watching on Instagram, I want you to bend your knees. Take your left hand down. I'm gonna just jump onto my opposite side. You guys are gonna roll through center and drop your left hip down. And then we're gonna re-enter that pose on the opposite side. You've got just a little bend to your left knee. Your left fingertips are pointing away from your left hip. You can walk your left wrist out. Right fingertips are in front of you. Start to kick through your heels. So your legs create this really nice anchoring effect as you lean through the left side arm. Find what feels comfortable through the left elbow. I like to walk my left elbow a little further out and then drape yourself over that left arm. The right arm just helps to hold you so that you're stacking the right side body over the left and start to enjoy this deep stretch through the left side body. Give yourself a few breaths just to acclimate to it. Finding softness in the face, fullness in the breath, deep inhale. Building the stretch through the left side, left waist, the left side of the ribs. And exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. All right, guys, add a little bend back to your knees, roll back through center, and we're just gonna stop back in our child's pose for a moment. Take an inhale, stretch the arms forward, release the sides of your body. Exhale, forehead down, gently rock your forehead from side to side, massaging the third eye space. Take another inhale, and then exhale, feel the hips sink down heavier. Inhale, start to look up between your hands. And now as you exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Your hands can be shoulder width distance apart, feet or hips width distance apart. Keep rooting down firmly and evenly through your palms. So again, if you notice perhaps that the inner edge of your hands are lifted, root through that side first and then draw that weight distribution across the palms to the pinky side edge of your arm. Start to press away from your mat so firmly your shoulders are even pressing you away, sending your tailbone up and back, head heavy. You gaze up towards the front of your thighs. You can lift your toes, try to send your heels down energetically. Maybe they actually touch the mat. If you feel tension in your low back here, you add a bend to your knees. And then from here, guys, let's all start to pedal our legs out a little bit more. You can take a three-legged dog, stacking one hip over the other. Keep pressing, grounding evenly through the palms, through both hands. Take that leg down and switch it to the opposite side. Root through the right palm, through the left palm. Left hip over the right. Exhale, take it down. Now on your inhale, look up between your hands. Exhale, just tiptoe your feet up to your hands. From here, you can grab onto opposite elbows. If you're somebody who wants to make this practice a little bit more energized, invigorating, you can come into a crow pose here as well. So you can plant your palms, take your hands toward, or your knees rather, towards the outer edge of your armpits. Squeeze it in, start to bring your weight forward. If you want, you're looking up and forward, like you're gonna try to dip your face forward and down, but you're just gonna gently lift your heels up. Otherwise, you can also do heel taps here. And then really more restorative, just hanging your head down long. So make your practice what you need it to be for you today. Okay, you guys? Take a couple more breaths wherever you are. Maybe if you're in your crow pose, start to set your feet down and refold over the legs. Start to bring your fingertips in front of your toe tips, bend your knees, hands to your hips, and then we're gonna inhale, rise up to stance. Take your arms up overhead, and we're just going to take a nice side body stretch. Your feet are hips width distance apart. Exhale, stretch over to your right. Inhale through center, exhale, stretch up over to your left. Try not to let your weight shift from one foot to the other. Try to stay evenly grounded. It roots you down, your anchor, right? And then you stretch up and over from there. And let's do this on both sides 2 more times. Inhale and then exhale. One more inhale through center. Exhale up over to the left. On our inhale, we're gonna take our arms up overhead, and then from here, we're gonna exhale, we're gonna sit down and back into a chair pose for just a moment. Inhale, reach up. Keep drawing the shoulder blades, shoulders back. Exhale, belly to spine. Draw more weight to your heels, your eyes are forward, soft gaze. Another inhale. Good job, you guys. Exhale, let it go, fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift, 2 more times just like that. Exhale, fold, add a bend to your knees if it feels good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. Take an exhale. Another inhale. And exhale, root evenly through your hands, through your feet. On your inhale, take your right foot forward between your hands. Welcome to hold in a full lunge. Again, a little gentler. Place your left knee down to the mat. Take your arms up overhead. Exhale, stretching up over to your right. Maybe you can touch the back of the left leg. Inhale, take it through center. Exhale, stretch up over to the left. Maybe touch the back of the left leg. Maybe capture the ankle from the inside. Stretch a little deeper. Take another breath or 2 here. Set the left leg down if it's lifted. Inhale, take yourself back through center. And then I want you to exhale, take your fingertips to frame your right foot. Shift back to your half splits. When you come to your half splits, this might be a place where you want to grab onto some yoga blocks. You might want to grab onto some pillows, anything to bring the floor up to your hands. What you want to achieve here is keeping length through your spine. So a lot of times we're rounding through our back to touch the mat. We don't want to do that if we can avoid it here. So grabbing onto whatever you can, maybe even it's just a table or a chair alongside you, all right, you guys? And then you want to keep squaring your hips. So again, in your back, you want to find a little bit more of your cow pose than your cat pose, right? Take another inhale, and then just externally rotate your right foot. Find a little different stretch through the back, outer right leg. Another inhale, and exhale. Walk your left hand over to your right and catch another breath here. Inhale, exhale. So from here, you're in your half splits. I want you guys just to pivot back forward like you're coming back into a low lunge, but you're gonna pivot, come over to Skandasana again. So get a stretch to the inner thighs now. This is just a half squat. So your right leg is bent in and up. If you can't get your right heel to the mat, great time to grab onto your blanket or your pillow, set it underneath your right heel. And we're gonna stay here for a few rounds of breath. So start to press your right heel down, flex the left toes back. You can point and flex your left toes, reach your arms forward. You can take your left arm up overhead, get a little deeper stretch through the left side body, and then you can swing that around and take it to the right side of the body. Couple more moments here. All right, you guys. So now we're gonna switch sides. We wanna start with our left leg forward in our low lunge. So you guys should be able just to pivot over to the opposite side. I know I kind of switched around. So my left leg is forward, my right leg is back. I'm gonna inhale both arms up. Remember, if you want more strengthening, you're just up in your full lunge. You're still adding the twist. You don't have to put your back leg down unless you wanna add that quad stretch yet. Okay, guys? Inhale, arms up. Exhale, stretch up over to your left. Maybe touch the back of the right leg. Inhale, take yourself back through center. Exhale, stretch up over to the right. You can touch the back of your right leg. If you can do that, you might be able to kick your heel up. This side's always a little bit more challenging for me. Take a breath here. Keep squeezing your glutes, sending the crown of the head up higher. Exhale to that deep stretch through the front right side of your body. And then set your right leg down if it's lifted. Either way, bring your right knee down to the mat to move into your half splits. Point and flex through the left foot. Externally rotate it. On your next breath, take your right hand over to your left. A little deeper stretch through the right side body. We're going to shift ourselves back forward. This time it's going to be the left heel to the left glute or opposite from whatever side you did before. We're in Skandasana, so we're going to pivot forward and over to our right. Left heel to the left glute, maybe grab back onto your blanket. If you did so on the last side, I always encourage everybody to do the same thing on one side of the body. You want to find an even ground, right? A good foundation of health for our body to build from. And you can take any other stretches up over to the left, over to the right. A few more breaths here. Point and flex through the right toes. And then nice and easy here, take your hands forward. We're just gonna press into our left leg. We'll rock our right foot down. We've got a really wide stance. Take a peek from right to left. Outer edges of your feet are parallel. Start to pigeon them in. Wrists are underneath the shoulders. Start to walk your hands forward. Now press your heels in, really dig down. It's like you're in a super wide stance of downward facing dog. Drop your head back. And if it feels good, pedal your legs from side to side, a little deeper stretch through the outer hips here. If there's ever anything that I don't mention, any variations that feel good to you for your body this day, this week, or always take those variations for yourself. You might enjoy dragging your hands back and adding a twist. If you ever notice that one hip lifts in this posture, you guys, which happens to a lot of us, just press that hip's foot down. It's gonna help to realign your hips by taking that hip back down in line with the other hip. If you're taking a twist, replace whatever hand you have down with the opposite hand, take a twist. Opposite side. And then go ahead, exhale that hand down. We're gonna walk our hands forward and frame the right foot. Pivot your right toes forward, and then step your left foot up to your right, forward fold. Inhale, draw weight to the ball mounds of your feet. Feel your hips rocking forward ever so slightly. And then as you exhale, let everything go. Let it roll off your back onto your mat. Anything not serving you today, just start to let it ride the wave of the exhale out. Let's go ahead, add a bend to our knees. Inhale to rise up. Coming back into our side body stretch, interlace your fingers, squeeze the palms together. Now reroot through the soles of your feet. Let your toes lift. Feel the legs active here, thighs, glutes, belly. And then exhale, stretch up over to your right. Your hips and your shoulders square forward. Your lower body anchors you down. As you reach up through your fingertips, you're stretching through the right and through the left side of the body. Take one more full inhale. And exhale. Inhale to release. Alternate your fingers opposite direction. Reroot evenly through the feet. Legs are strong. Re-engage them here. Reactivate those muscles. Exhale up over to the left. And just feel your body. You want your hips, shoulders in line, squaring forward. Take another inhale, strong through the lower body. Extend through your upper body. As you exhale, stretch deeper. Inhale to take it back to center. Exhale, arms by the side. Pause for a breath. Close your eyes. And just taking a moment to acknowledge, feel all the space you've already created in your body. Muscles are warmed up, lots of space in the joints. Again, adding a bend to our knees, we're going to sweep our arms up overhead, come back into chair pose. Just a tiny bit of strengthening here, good for the health always, right? A little healthy challenge, draw more weight to your heels, squeeze your inner thighs together, slide your fingertips up, and then hug your shoulder blades together very gently behind you. Take another breath, inhale, feel length, fingers lifting you up higher out of your waist. Exhale, hug your thighs, sit yourself deeper down and back. One more inhale, you got this. Exhale, fold and let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, re-lengthen your spine. Exhale, refold. Two more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthens you up. And then exhale, plant your palms and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift yourself forward to your high plank position. And then exhale, press it back. Again, inhale, take yourself forward. Exhale, back. Inhale to take yourself forward. From here, you've got a few options. If you want to, you can hold this high plank position, work on core strength through the front side of the body. If you want to, you can lower down into a prone shavasana, so we'll be there to join you shortly. Get my head back in the frame here. If you want to do side planks, we've been doing a lot of side body work. Step your left foot over to your right, roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Your right wrist is under your right shoulder. Start to press through the outer edge of your right foot and through your palm to lift the left side of your body and the right side of your body up. If you feel unsafe here and like you need a little bit more support, take your left foot forward and then again, continue to press your left side body up and back. And you can stretch your left arm up and overhead. So that might be just the little bit of support that you need to express more fully and more effectively in this pose. Take another breath. One more inhale. And then exhale, we take everything back through center if we're in our side plank. Otherwise, my plankers, you can always lower down at any time, but if you did the opposite side, we're gonna go to the left side. Left wrist under the left shoulder, flex your toes back, root through the outer edge of the left foot. If you need help, right leg forward, arm overhead. And we're gonna take a deeper stretch, slide the right arm forward. Take another inhale, another exhale. You've got this, guys, you can do anything. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, yes, right palm down, you did it. I knew you could. Exhale, slow with control. Set yourself down. Don't drop down. Tops of the feet to the mat. Take an exhale. Inhale, slide the chest forward and down. Those front legs are your anchor. Your heart extends up and forward. Exhale, take it down. 2 more breaths. Inhale, slide your heart forward and up. Re-engage your glutes. See if you can even traction your hands back. Keep a bend to your elbows. Heart lifts up. Give yourself a smile. Exhale, let it go. You guys are doing such a good job. 1 more inhale. Open the chest. This is really good for our spine. So important for our health, spinal health. Take another inhale and then exhale, set yourself back down. Inhale and exhale to downward, or to child's pose rather. So this child's pose, I like to keep my knees together, set my belly up over my thighs. It's a really nice way to release the low back after all of our cobra poses. And just letting the breath settle down here. Let your heart rate slow. And once your breath is even, your heart rate's back to normal, reach the hands forward, plant your palms down, tuck your toes, take a deep inhale, and then exhale, squeeze your belly to your spine, send your hips up and back. Inhale, take your right leg forward and set your right foot outside your right hand. You guys may notice this is one of my favorite ways to end the practice, and I think a lot of you guys enjoy this from all my friends, all my class practitioners that I talk to. You can set a blanket up and put it to the inside of your right foot. You can also just keep your hands on that block or blanket to, again, bring the floor up a little closer to you. We're still looking for the length of the spine. We're always trying to keep the integrity and our spinal health improving in our yoga practice. Close your eyes. And take 5 more full rounds of breath here. Keep rooting firmly through the right foot. If you don't feel much of a stretch here, try to engage your inner thighs and create a little bit of a scissoring action. And just 2 more breaths. Maybe take a moment here, give a little massage to the forehead, the space between the eyebrows. And go ahead, walk yourself back up onto your hands. Set your little blanket or your blocks aside. Heel toe your right foot in. We're coming in for a little deeper hip stretch here for our half pigeon. You want your hips to be squared pretty even here. Unless you have something going on, any sensitivity in your left knee, go ahead, you can roll over to the right hip. Otherwise, I ask you to try to keep your hips squared so that, again, we have a nice even foundation. We're going to extend our heart forward and down. Any pillows, any blankets you need to lift the floor up to you, give yourself what you need so you can express fully and effectively into your posture. And if you've got that 90-degree angle or pretty close to it at the front of your right knee, just make sure you flex your right toes back. Close your eyes and breathe deeply here. And then any input you guys have, anything that you enjoy, that you want more of, please feel free to message us here, and I'm sure that I will get the information. We love seeing pictures of you guys in your practice, so if you guys have a picture of you guys practicing at home, feel free to tag us in it, and yeah. Anything that you're enjoying or you want more of something, let me know. Tuck your left toes, send the right leg back, and step your left foot forward. We're gonna come back into our lizard pose on the opposite side. Pull any props that you used on the last side. Find the same shape, same variations you did on the last side on this side. Keep rooting evenly through your left foot and keep that spine long. Chin forward and down. Relax through the face, through the eyes. Let your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. Again, if you're not feeling much of a stretch, you can re-engage through your inner thighs, just checking back in with your body throughout your practice, throughout your poses. Another inhale and exhale. Walk yourself back up onto your hands. Set your blanket, any supporting props that you have, heel toe your left leg towards the right, and set your hips back down. So here we are. And hopefully you guys are going to just, lend yourself in. If you have a full splits practice, I know there's some advanced practitioners out there with us here at Fortis and elsewhere. So if you want to take full splits, that's in your practice. Always remember to take those variations. And coming back into our forward fold, relax the shoulders, the forehead down. And if you have any questions about any of the postures, any alignment, anything that you noticed in your body, or any questions you have about the practice today, please let me know too. Take a few more breaths here. Walk yourself back up onto your hands. Lean onto your left sit bone. We're going to take our right leg up over the left for final spinal twist. You can also keep your left leg forward. Make sure that you have your sit bones evenly rooted on the mat. So we're going to press those sit bones down. We're going to lengthen up out of our waist. Right fingertips to the base of the spine. Start to gently send the crown of the head up a little bit higher. Exhale, we twist. Try to keep the shoulders even in line. So notice if one's lifted higher than the other. Not a lot of weight in your right fingertips. Take another inhale. Send your heart up and then twist over to the right. Let your eyes close. Last really good breath. Deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Release. Right leg down. Left leg crosses over the right. Make sure that you're really secure through that left sit bone. That's the side that's going to want to leave the mat if any of them do. So root down evenly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to twist. Take another full inhale. Again, press the crown of the head up. Our shoulders relax down evenly away from the ears. Twist. And one last full inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze your belly to your spine. Wring out the back side of the body with the strength of that core. And release, come back to forward. Uncross your left leg from over your right. Take your right foot in, knees are bent, feet are flat. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, slowly peel your spine down to your mat. Take one more inhale and stretch through the front side of your body. Exhale, arms down. Let your feet draw wide away from each other. If you want to take a blanket to cover your eyes, you can cover your eyes. Something behind the knees can feel really good for your low back, or perhaps a little pillow underneath your head, maybe all of it. I'm always trying to put together playlists for you guys to enjoy, and I have to leave you now, but if you have a playlist downloaded, you can just sail away into your Shavasana. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a beautiful Sunday, and I'm so excited to see you guys next week. Namaste.